What is up, guys? Poison Ivy here, and I found some more Pokemon nests that I want to talk to you about. Now, last time I focused on more regular Pokemon, or kind of just the ones that I just came across randomly, and they weren't too rare, so this time I really wanted to change that up and try to get a more rarer Pokemon. So I did a lot of research, like a crazy amount of research. And after a lot of driving, going from place to place, I have a pretty good list of some rare Pokemon nests that I found. Well, I shouldn't say ones that I found, because other people before me have found it, so I'm really just, putting it out there more. But I do take credit for sharing it with you guys here. So let's get started. Oh yeah, and one more thing, this is still more for the Seattle area, so, sorry for people that don't live around there. But yeah, let's get started. So the first nest I want to talk about is in Westcrest Park, and it's an Abra nest. And I'm very excited about that because I needed a lot of Abras to get an Alakazam, and now I finally have one, and it's thanks to that. So the next nest is in Marsh Park, and it's a Vulpix nest. I'm hoping that's good news for people because where I live there aren't a lot of Vulpixes that spawn. Like, zero. Like, I haven't gotten a single one in my house, but I went there and they're there, They're just there, man. Like go there. Like, they are right there. Like, why aren't you there? They're Yeah, so the next nest is a Growlithe nest. No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that because I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. The thing is, I had tried my hardest to find a Growlithe nest, but I just couldn't find one. And then I realized that anytime I caught a Growlithe, really, it's been at Bellevue Park. Like, I don't know, I just caught the most Growlithe there. And I don't want to say it's a nest, because it's definitely not. I don't know, saying it's a frequent spawn is kind of a stretch too, but I've caught most of my Growlithe there, so I'd have to say that's the best place to get them. But another pretty cool nest that I found was in Denny Park and Idlewood Park, and they are a Pikachu nest, like both of them. So for Denny Park, it kind of frequently spawned there. I caught a good amount of Pikachus, but for Idlewood Park, you kind of have to stay for a while, but you'll still catch them, so I mean, just go to whichever one's convenient for you, but if I had to choose one, I'd say go to Denny Park. So the next nest I found was an Onix nest, and I actually found two of them. One was at Lewis Creek Park in Newcastle, and the other one was at Bitter Lake Playfield in Seattle. And I think catching a good amount of Onixes is really important because when the second generation comes out, you'll be able to get a Steelix right away. So I would get as many Onix candies as you can. So another pretty cool Pokemon I found a nest for was Electabuzz, and it's at Woodland Park. Not the zoo, but the park right next to it. This was honestly one of the best nests that I found, because at least two spawn, and they're generally in the same area, so it's really good. Now you're not really going to need a bunch of Electabuzz candies until the 4th generation comes out, which will probably be in like over a year, just to get Electivire. But I think they're still good to have because Electabuzz isn't a super common Pokemon, so I would save those candies up too. I already talked about this one in the last video that I made, but if you didn't watch it for some crazy reason, like what are you doing? But yeah, if you didn't watch it, I found an Omanite nest in Cohen Park. Now they're pretty spaced out, but you can get them there. So if you're thinking ahead to the next generation, another Pokemon you should consider stocking candies for would probably be Slowpoke, because you can get a Slowking. So I found a Slowpoke nest, it's in Ravenna Park, and it spawns a pretty good amount of Slowpokes. I know they're not like rare, but it's a good place to get them. But a pretty rare Pokemon that I found a nest for was Magmar, and I'm really happy about this one because it spawns a really good amount of Magmars, It's in Bellevue, so I mean, it's not too far if you live in Seattle. I would consider going there, especially if you don't have a Magmar. But yeah, it's in Robbinswood Park, and it's pretty awesome. So another nest I want to talk about is a Magikarp nest. And it might not sound so great, but you know, it evolves into Gyarados, and you need 400 fucking candies. But yeah, that's in Seward Park. And it also brings me to my next point of Dratinis. I regret to say that no, I didn't find a Dratini nest, but I think I know a way to find out where they spawn. So I found this picture on Twitter, and it was just, you know, I found it at the beginning of the game, so I didn't really think much of it. But as I've been playing more and more, I've noticed that the same few Pokemon keep spawning kind of close to my house, but, you know, walking distance. But yeah, they spawn a lot, generally in the same area too, and it's all of those Pokemon on this list. And then a Dratini spawns, like maybe once every hour, but it's always in the same spot. I also noticed this at Seward Park, because generally those type of Pokemon spawn there, and I also caught like 2 Dratinis. And I caught a Dragonair too. I also caught a good amount of Dratinis at Alki, so I think that's another good place to go. Plus it's, you know, it's just a beautiful place, and you can catch a lot of really good Pokemon there. But yeah, if you notice an area that spawns, you know, Magikarp, Staryu, Poliwag, Goldeen, Slowpoke, Psyduck, whatever, then there's a good chance that a Dratini will eventually spawn there. I'm pretty sure if I had known that sooner, I probably would have had like 3 Dragonites by now. But yeah. So if you haven't watched any of my other videos, I talk about a Squirtle nest in Harry's House Park, where more spawn, usually when it's raining, so I'm pretty sure that's a factor. There's also a Bulbasaur nest in Kelsey Creek Park, and then the Mega Charmander nest in Lincoln Park. So if you're in the Seattle area, I'd say the 3 best parks to go to would either be Woodland Park, Discovery Park, even though I didn't talk about it at all, or Lincoln Park. They all spawn some pretty diverse Pokemon, so I think it's a really good idea to go to at least one of those. Also, Bellevue Park is a pretty good place to go to. But yeah, I think this is going to be the last Pokemon Nest video I do for the first generation. I mean, if you have questions about a specific Pokemon, I'll be able to help you. But as far as making a whole nother video for more Nest, I think I'll just wait. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope I helped you guys out in any way. And if you could like and subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. I really enjoy doing these kind of videos because I love helping people out. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day today, and I'll see you next time.